Guess who bought more comic books? Yeah, I don't have much more to an intro than that. Let's just see what I got. Welcome to another episode of Bad Lighting and Poor Video Quality with Randy at Swarm of Comics. I've got a bunch of books today I want to go through with you. I've just picked them up in random places over the past couple of weeks. I feel like I've been spending my feelings instead of eating my feelings, but we all got to go through stuff. You know how it is. So let's dive right in and not delay any longer. So we have a nice little envelope here. Once again, it's probably tiresome to hear this ad nauseum over and over again, but I don't know what's in here. I don't remember. I don't even remember. I don't remember when I bought this. They just show up, they get piled in a corner, and then I get back to them. So it's going to be a surprise for me. Okay. Let me carefully place that on the floor and see what this is. Oh, I won this in an auction. Ah, I won this in an auction, and I probably paid too much for it. Um, but I'm very excited about it. I'm not a DC person, but how could you pass up this issue of Batgirl variant cover that looks like Purple Rain from Prince? I mean, you can't pass that up. Batgirl number 40 variant cover from 2015. It looks in pretty good shape. I wouldn't say it's in as good a shape as I thought it was going to be, although I can't tell if it is the bag that's in rough shape or is it the book. I won it in an auction. It's probably like Infinity Auctions or something like that. And again, I probably paid too much for it, but I just wanted it. Oh no, it's in really good shape. It looks a little rough because it's supposed to look like an older poster, but that's what it looks like outside the bag. So I'll get that pressed and sent off to CGC. I love that cover. That's amazing. Fantastic. I didn't even know that existed until I saw it in the auction, you know. So again, that's what you learn about here. Fun books. Batgirl number 40, Purple Rain cover. Purple Rain came out when we were kids, and I remember that we had the Purple Rain cassette, and we'd be playing it in our boom boxes, and we'd playing it down the pool area. This is the very early '80s, and I remember my parents finally heard the album, and then it was banned, and we were no longer allowed to have that album. It was probably inappropriate, although what they didn't know is we didn't even understand that it was inappropriate. We were too young. All we knew was that Prince was awesome. All right, another envelope here, nice packaging. Let's see what we've got. It's like Christmas every time I do a video. Very well packaged. And let's see what I've got. All right. It is taped to here. So this is another raw book. I don't know where it came from. I guess I could probably look. Infinity Comics. It's probably an auction. Not probably. It was definitely an auction. Let's see if this was one that I liked and I got a good deal on. I don't like the way they taped this down. I'm sorry that you're having to sit through this. Let's see what we got, folks. The big reveal. Oh, the big reveal. Here comes Daredevil. This is Daredevil number 38. They've got tape all over this, which is fine. This is Daredevil 38. Obviously, this iconic Doctor Doom cover. Doctor Doom is super hot because Robert Downey Jr. is going to play him in Secret Wars. And I actually got this for a pretty good deal. It's in pretty good shape. It's got some spine stress on it and a little chipping down the bottom, but I would say this is still pretty decent shape. I mean, maybe it'll come in at like a 6. I'm hoping it comes in at a 6. We'll remember that for a future video. But whatever it comes in, how great is that cover? So another fantastic book. Very cool. Love that. Okay. Moving on. Ooh, we've got a ton of bubble wrap here. Let's unwind the bubble wrap. Spoiler, there was way more bubble wrap. I got rid of most of it before you guys got here. Oh, we got multiple things in this. Let's see what the big reveal is. This feels heavy. This feels heavy. What is this? Oh, I loved this book. I won this, I think, I definitely won this in an auction. I don't love the way that it's closed up, but that's fine. I'll put it in a different, better bag. Let's pull this out. This is a Golden Age book. This is from 1946 from Timely Comics, and it is, trying to find the number because it doesn't show. Oh, no, it is on there. This is Gay Comics number 25. And it's heavy because it's a thick book, but also it's got a very thick backing board and cardboard in there. This is in really good shape. This is in really good shape. It's got a little staining on the back. And it looks discolored, but I think this is how the color of it was. This was probably never white. But just, I mean, awesome visuals. These love and romance books and stuff like that are coming back and coming this style. I think the all the covers from Matt Baker, the famous artist who died way too young, look up the history on him, really brought back the romance, love, marriage comics and stuff like that. This one looks more like it's like Archie and less like real romance comics. Yeah, there's even a character named Elmer. Definitely is not supposed to look like Archie. But this was in such good shape. I mean, this is in really, really beautiful shape for 1946. So, Gay Comics number 25. I love it. All right. Gently place that down there. That was one book in that auction I won. Let's see what the other is. The other one looks like it's a slab. Oh, very cool. That's right. I love when I finally remember what I bought. I'm going to try and open this up, get the bag off of it. This is Four Color Comics 291 from 1950 from Dell Publishing. And it isn't a high grade. It's a decent grade, but I just loved the color because who doesn't love sharks? So this is Walt. It's called Four Color Comics, and it's issue 290, and it features different things in it. But this run happened to have Walt Disney's Donald Duck in there from 1950. That's pretty old, Donald Duck, 1950. Donald Duck and the Magic Hourglass. Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Uncle Scrooge also appear. And Carl Barks does the story and art. Super famous artist on Disney, but him being chased by the shark is what drew me in. It's a 6.0. I mean, it's a good grade. It's not a bad grade. Oh, directions for making the front cover move. They even tell you what you can cut out to make the shark's mouth move. I'm glad they didn't do that to this book. All right, cool. Awesome. It's a fun one. I'm starting to pick up some more like Disney, Donald Duck, books like that that have really cool covers. You've probably seen a few of them in my past videos. So that was a really fun one. All right, moving on. More blue blue up. I think this is just one book. It is just one book. It was an auction and it had some really good prices on stuff. I think because they were CDCS and not CGC, which is a competitor for grading slabbing company. And when I bid on these books, sometimes I tell you I paid too much, but the majority of the time I don't. The majority I would only buy these books if I got them for a really good price or something I thought was pretty fair. I don't typically overpay for something, but that Batgirl one, I mean, by overpay, I made it pay to overpay by $5 or $10. Not a lot. This book was in an auction and they had 3 or 4 books that I was bidding on, key issues, Marvel Silver Age stuff. A couple of them went too overboard. I actually forgot to watch the auction. I was going to up my bid on one of them and I forgot, but that's fine. I got this one. I do not have this in my collection, so I'm very excited about it. Without further ado for you to look at, this is a CBCS graded version of Avengers 57 and a 3.5. Not a high grade, not the best grading company. That's debatable. This is actually a pretty good slab. It's pretty heavy duty. This is the first appearance of the Silver Age Vision. And the background, and for non-comic book people that watch this because you feel bad for me, you want to watch my videos, and I appreciate that. There was a character in the Golden Age called the Human Torch. He was an android, and he caught on, and he used to light up, was on fire, and that's why he was called Human Torch. And then when he was revived and brought back here, they used the robot and they turned him into the Vision, who you would know from watching the like Avengers movies and WandaVision, the TV show. And this is first appearance, which I've never owned. Beautiful red color for those longtime viewers. 1 year. I I love red covers, so I was excited to pick this up at a good price. I actually thought this was a really good steal. It's dirty, you know. It's got the back. It's probably hard to see, but it's pretty filthy. It was used. It was a good. I would actually say it looks better than a 3.5. I think it's got some schmutz or something on the cover here, and that's why I brought it down. But that's a pretty good presenting 3.5, guys. Look at that. That's pretty good. Obviously you see something up there, but the spine isn't a wreck. It looks like it's all attached. Staples all look good. Maybe there's a little bit of staple pulls. I don't know. I didn't look it up. This also has an appearance from Black Widow and Ultron 5. So key issue picked up in recently in an auction. So nice variety of stuff. Last book. I was down in Maryland and I visited a place called KC's Comic. Very nice guy. Ian, I think, was the owner of the store. And I sure wish I researched that beforehand. But he was really nice, and he had a great selection of books. Something really cool is he would put together runs of books, and he had them displayed everywhere on the top shelves. Where oh, if you wanted this run on Daredevil, if you wanted this run on Batgirl, any big runs, big famous ones, he had them all prepackaged and at good prices. So if you're down in Maryland, it's about an hour outside of Baltimore, I think northeast. If you're down in that area, go by Casey's Comics. He was a really nice guy, and I bought a couple of things. One of the things I did not bring out is I brought out an Airboy with the Dan Stevens cover on it that I feel like is in a good shape, and I got it for like $30. And I'm going to get it graded. I left it in the other room, but you'll see it when I get it graded. Although grading is so slow at this point, that could be in a year or two, but we'll see. While I was there, he had a book up on the wall, one of the wall books, and he had it for a pretty high price compared to what it's going for. He negotiated down. I thought it was a fair price. I should have offered him less. Once I realized how fast he took my price, I should have offered him less. But I bought it at 50% of what he had it up on the wall for. Um, and I bought it for a number of reasons. And I can explain that once I show it. I might as well do the big reveal. So this is a great book. This is Famous Funnies, number 215. There's a lot about this book to talk about. It's a 1.8, but I don't know if I'd ever be able to afford anything more than a 9.8. It's also a fairly rare book. It's from 1955, and for you fans out there or fans of comic art, you would know that this is a famous Frank Frazetta cover, and it's Buck Rogers. Famous Funnies was a funny book, but once sci-fi and superheroes came around, um, a lot of these books called like Famous Funnies and stuff like that have goofy titles suddenly became serious. Like Buck Rogers shooting an octopus and saving from say lady is not famous or funny, but and it's in rough shape, guys. It's pretty bad but it's a 1.8. This book, somebody even drew on the back. Nice little scene. This is their house in the trees. They got a lot of birds where they live. But this is just a book I love. I have another Frank Frazetta book that I bought at a local comic shop. I got it graded, it came back restored, and they opted to not do anything about that when I went back to the store. But that's okay. That was one of the EC sci-fi books. This is a little after that, Buck Rogers. So this was an amazing find. I would just this isn't a book you commonly see. And I also love octopuses. It's octopuses, not octopi. Just want to be clear about that. So this is just an amazing book. I can't even believe I've added it to my collection. Famous Funnies, 1955, Frank Frazetta cover. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed seeing all these books and checking them out and going along with this adventure for me. It really made me happy. And yeah, I'm glad to add these to my collection. So please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you go watch the other videos. Thank you for everybody who watches them all the time and comments and stuff like that. I always have a lot of fun. So again, I'm Randy, Swarm of Comics. Thanks for hanging out with me. In this video, we're going to talk about why do I even need an intro to this thing? Why don't I just start talking to you? But anyway, let's go through